So here we are in the city of rocks, as you can tell. There's a lot of rocks, and for this little zone you park right around this bend, kind of walk up around the back, and then boom, there's Demon Daze and Tres Huecos. Pretty fucking mega. Pretty nice flat landings for the most part. They're kind of both on a little bit of a hill. This one's accentuated by the snow, but it's really no big deal to land on. Both problems start on this really nice obvious ledge, super cool, and they share the first 1, 2, 3 moves or so. Shot of these holds, this nice pinch, and the worst part about this boulder is that the rock quality really just kind of suffers. Like, this stuff is all just flaky moss that's kind of exfoliating constantly. But I guess to talk about Demon Daze first. So truly stunning boulder, amazing green stripes, very tall, super nice height, comes to a peak. It's really spectacular. There's 2 ways to climb it. There's a big person way and a small person way that are vastly different. The small person way, you climb through these sharp crimps, and it's pretty aggressive, and eventually get out to this flake jug. The big person way, you toe hook, bump up the arete, and then throw out to here. And then from this jug, it eases up a bit, but it's still on you, maybe like V7 or so. And that is a big jug. From there, it's maybe V2 at the top, full value. Some of the rock, there's this jug out right, and this nice flat flake. Here are the crimps. About a 3/4 pad, slightly uncut. These crimps are really nice flakes. You grab this slopey dish, and then you get into this horn crimp. It's really quite nice. Do your last throw to this jug, and then you just keep it together for the victory lap. Awesome holds. Slightly bad rock. Here's me climbing Demon Daze. This was when I first moved to Utah, probably fall of 2017. I got here at the end of a very long day of having Mike and Kaya Bokino tour me and Danny Bukowski around. Earlier that day, I'd climbed Heart and Cotton Balls, a classic V10, and Out of Africa, another classic V10 in the Taco Cave. So we got here, I was already thrashed, my skin was really bad, but I recall Mike saying, like, you know, why don't you just wait and come back when your skin's better? And I've always had the mentality of, if you have the chance of doing something, you should do it, because that's one less boulder that you have to do next time. So, you know, the next time I come back to city, I don't have to go try Demon Daze. I can put that skin and energy into something else. So I just kind of forced it with that big boy method, and I'm glad I did. It was pretty memorable.
Relax, Eric. Relax. Breathe. Get your heel. Oh, wow, you're coming quick. Should have worn my safety glasses. I got some in my eye.
So you match in here, put your heel hook on, and do a big slam of jamma up to the first of the Huecos. So originally with Jimmy's Beta, you used a lot more of these holds, but now traditionally you go left hand pinch, match on top, get a high foot, reach up to the third Hueco, flip into the top of the second, hit this crimp, and bust it to the lip. Most people go left hand. One dude went right hand, super fucked. pinch is amazing, but all of this rock is really, really, really pebbly and painful in the skin. Especially, I wish I had roped down to show you guys, but it's really, really, really micro, not in cut, just kind of flat, maybe 5 or 6 mil, not so bueno. This hold is my favorite hold on the climb. It's just the comfiest, least sharp, awesome thumb catch, very nice. And the pinch is obviously amazing, but very pebbly. So I first tried Tres Huecos once or twice right after doing Demon Daze, but as I said, I was super wrecked, so I didn't give it much effort. Then maybe a year or two later, I came back for a weekend trip, and I roped down it and tried the last move a couple times, and it felt just impossible. It was our second day on, and the city is really aggressive on your skin, so I think my skin was probably really bad for it anyway. Then I came with Josh Meering last March, roped down, I think I roped down, felt really good, or at least possible, and my first go from the start, I made it all the way through this last move.
Oh! You had your fingers all over it. Okay, that was good.
Then on my first or second try, I hit the hold on the lip and just tore a big flapper right in the crease of my finger. And I thought I might be done for the day. I taped it up and tried again, and I was able to get through the bottom every time, but that little crimp is so sharp and small that my skin was already just too soft for it after 2 tries, so I got there a few more times, but it was useless. Ow! I flappered.
Oh, you wish. Oh.
I feel like I gotta be done after that. Fuck! Get some of this. Ow, dude.
Come on, Eric. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on.
I had another available day just 2 days later, and I really wanted to seize the opportunity, but I knew my skin hadn't really recovered enough. So I drove to the city about 2.5 hours from Salt Lake, knowing very well that I probably only had one attempt before my skin was too soft to grab the crimp, and fortunately I did it. Yes. Whew. I would say neither problem are quite top 100 worthy, simply because the rock quality, it's very exfoliating, crumbly, and pretty fucking sharp. That being said, Demon Daze is probably the better of the two lines. You know, the fact that they also have the same start therefore makes Tres Huecos contrived, unfortunately, and takes away a little bit from Demon Daze. Demon Daze is amazing though, highly recommend. It's probably worth a trip to Castle at some point if you're not living somewhere across the world. There's also a right entrance or climb over here that Mike Bukina did at some point, but I don't exactly remember the details or the specifics about that. So yeah, not top 100, super sick.